Welcome to the Made in Monroe podcast. Today I've got Richard Ainsworth and Vic Hendricks from Steel Fabricators with us. Richard, Vic, thank you for being here today. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, Richard, tell me what you do for Steel Fabricators.
I'm the divisional controller here in Monroe, and I've been there since 2012.
Okay.
Had a great opportunity to go to work with Mr. John Hunter, who was one of the owners at the time, and had a great relationship.
You don't know him?
I do know him.
No way.
Absolutely.
Do you know John Michael, his son?
Yes.
Some people don't admit to that.
Well, he actually still helps us out sometimes. You know?
He's
That's
really
right.
good friends with my husband, actually.
The mighty turkey slayer.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he spends majority of his time in the woods.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
But now that with the baby,
Yeah.
his life has changed.
It has
So
changed.
a
It's
cool
been a
thing.
sweet little thing to watch. So.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Been in Monroe, Northeast Louisiana all my life, and have no plans to change that. Steel Fab was just a great opportunity that came along at the right time for us, and it's been a pleasure to be there now for almost 13 years.
My goodness.
And do my job.
Yeah.
And so,
Absolutely. Vic, what do you do for Steel Fabricators?
So I'm a sales executive for the central region of the United States. We actually have 3 salespeople. One covers the West Coast, one covers the East, and I've got, say, Texas and Louisiana north to Canada.
Okay.
So people don't realize it, but little Steel Fabricators of Monroe, we're shipping steel all over the country. And
fascinating.
it's partly my job to keep the beast fed, right? So
there you go. It's a hungry monster.
it is a hungry monster.
Nobody told me today that I was going to be sitting down with 2 of you and that you were comedians, so this is going to be fun. I've already deemed them troublemaker and class clown.
Well,
It's close.
that's fixed to say. I
Pretty
think.
good assessment.
It's close. It's
All right,
close.
Richard, tell me a little bit about the history of Steel Fab
Okay, in
and how it came to be.
1974, Mr. Don Beach was the founder. Started out really as a steel erection company and with fabrication in a small shop. And since then has grown from 10 or 12 employees to as high as 175. And got involved with fabrication even more. Then actually started a construction bolt, which is down there close to us, was originally owned by the same people. And then they just started branching off and doing things separately. And it's just a cool thing to be a part of because Mr. Don Beach from down in Wisner, Louisiana, Mr. John Hunter from over at Delhi, Miss Jane Brown, and her father was one that started the construction division at ULM. And so a big connection to the territory, to this area and this territory.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So Steel Fabricators obviously has deep roots here in this region. What do you think sets it apart as a company, both in its work and its people?
Well, we're always looking for people that want to be here, and that have a work ethic. It's hot work, it's cold work, but you're looking for a strong blue collar workforce that is willing to put in the time, and we've been fortunate to have that here. And of course, we're always looking for people, but that's part of it. And being that it was family driven, we've tried to continue to maintain that. The world changes constantly, and there's people moving in and out, and we're part of. It's not just Monroe now; it's so much broader that it gives us opportunities and helps keep us working. So,
One of the great things too is we promote from within.
Yep.
Right. So you have guys who've been with us for 30 and 40 years who started out low man on the totem pole.
Right.
And they had just moved up and up and up. Some are now in the office. Versus being in the shop and stuff like that. And that says a lot about the company that you have those long-standing employees who have just progressed over the years. And moved up the chain.
So do you think the founders of the company ever dreamed that it would become what it is today?
I don't think so. But did they plan right to make it happen? Yeah. They did. Even Mr. Beach, as he was transitioning out and things he put in place for the company to maintain its integrity and its strength, it made it be able to be part of an even bigger organization now. So.
That's incredible. I love hearing just the story of how it started, how it got to here today. So both of you joined the team. What drove you, each of you individually, to join the team at Steel Fabricators?
Well, you're always looking for something strong. and I had been with several different businesses, mostly in manufacturing and construction type as an accountant, and so when this opportunity came along, it would have been terribly hard to turn down. It wouldn't have been very smart, and to have turned it down, and because it was here, and it was foundational here. I felt like it was going to be something good for me and my wife to stay right here. We don't have 3 sons here anymore. We just have one that's here, but at least there's a grandchild to go along with
Right.
it. So being able to be home and close to the people that you grew up with and are kin to,
Right.
I find that good.
Absolutely.
For me, it was more, I had owned several businesses myself and was had sold and gotten away from some of those and was looking to go to work for someone else. And I wanted to work for good people and with good people. And, Steel Fab is it. Whether it was the folks that he was referencing, the original owners and John Hunter and Jane Brown and everybody, or as we have transitioned, and back in January 21, we were acquired by Lexicon out of Little Rock, Arkansas, but another independent family-owned business, right? And it's just been great for me and my wife and family because just you work with good people every day, and it's fun to go to work.
Well, and it's if it's fun, it doesn't really feel like work.
That's
whenever
right.
you have to go in. If it's fun and you enjoy it and you enjoy the people that you're with, and so I think that speaks volumes for the company.
Yeah. And one of the other owners was Joe Tannehill, who has maintained a relationship.
Goodness.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
But see, this gets even deeper because part of going to work there, when I first interviewed, I didn't realize he was there. He's an old Oak Grove boy. That's where I'm from. And we got about a half a dozen running around the office now that have immediate connections to hometown.
There's a lot of West Carroll in our office.
A lot of West Carroll.
So the first time we were going to sit down and do this interview, I was going to have to interview him. I'm so glad I got to interview y'all instead of him. I feel like he would have been trouble from the get-go.
See,
We're glad for your sake as well.
absolutely.
Oh goodness.
Absolutely.
Well, it's inevitable. I mean, like it's obvious that the company is it's a wonderful company.
Yes.
I think we're very fortunate to have it here in
Yes.
Monroe and to have roots here and to have people like you guys that work there
Right.
that make it even better than it already was. And so kind of where I want to go now is, Vic, I want you to tell me, can you share some recent projects that you guys have worked on that really showcase kind of the high level jobs that you guys are putting out of this Northeast Louisiana region?
Sure. It's so funny. People may even drive by the office, see the shops out there. And, people who live there are here their whole lives and don't realize what we actually do.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we are literally shipping steel all over the country. Now, locally, we built this building, for one, right?
Yeah.
And this was probably on the smaller side of what work we would typically
Right.
do, but we built this building. We have just been awarded, I guess, I don't know if I can even say the name yet, but let's just say in Holly Ridge, Louisiana, there's a large data center project that a lot of folks are aware of, and we will be providing all the structural steel, both fabrication and erection out there.
It's amazing.
For that job. Outside of this, we ship steel all over the country. We've been huge in the EV battery market and the EV manufacturing process. I mean, we built the Hyundai plant out in Elabelle, Georgia, where they're building electric vehicles now. We're currently building the Volkswagen Scout plant out in South Carolina.
Wow.
We have 2 jobs right now in California. We have the largest Coca-Cola bottling and distribution warehouse in the country. We're building that right now. We have a giant Amazon out in California. This work literally goes all over the country and on occasion outside of the country. So it's really, it makes you proud to work for a company that is doing these massive game-changing projects, all over the country.
Well, tell me about, we were just kind of talking, getting to know each other earlier, and you mentioned, didn't you guys do something for NASA or SpaceX?
We did. Here, you want to talk about the NASA job?
Well, NASA we did part of it, and it was, it's exciting to think about, hey,
Right.
helping them send something up into outer space. Now, I don't know if I want to go up to outer
That's
space,
fascinating.
but it's still cool to think about that. Part of what we do, you know, you can sit home sometime and watch it on TV, you know, and say, hey, we built that. We built that launch pad. We have part of that.
Right here in Monroe.
Yes.
Tesla down in Austin. You know, we built most of the facilities down in Austin where they make whether you like the Cybertruck or not, where they make the Cybertruck and the Model 3 and everything else.
Yeah.
But also some of the SpaceX work, you know, down in South Texas and in Florida, where they're putting the satellites up in orbit right now for Starlink and stuff like that. You know, I mean, we've had a part of all of that.
And part of the stuff that's happening in South Louisiana, you know, the early portion of that, and then you've got the new LNG that we hope we get to be a part of. You know, that's still in some early conversations. And
we've got several thousand tons of steel right now going down to Destrehan, just south of New Orleans, you know, for Bungie. Anyway, we have probably 15 projects right now that are going on all over the country.
It really is incredible. I mean, when you think about all of these companies that you guys are providing product to, that are not small companies. I mean, these are household names that people know about all over the world. And you guys right here from Monroe, Louisiana are providing product for that. And I think it's incredible.
Tens of that. I mean, the Holly Ridge project that we will leave unnamed. You know, I mean, that's somewhere between 15 and 20,000 tons of steel that we're going to deliver out there. You know, these are massive jobs. You know, all the Amazons are 15, 20,000 tons. They're just unbelievable.
So how do you see Steel Fab continuing to grow? I mean, you're already working with just some of the biggest names around the country, really around the world. So where do you go from here?
Well, part of it is the association with a bigger company that has chosen to keep this here going what it's doing. And Lexicon, based out of Little Rock, Arkansas, one of the top four or five fabricators in the country. Yeah. I mean, then there's some heavy competition out there for that, and their investment in what they're doing here, and just in the past year, somewhere between $3.5 and $4 million they invested into our facility. So
that's what I was going to say. Technology. You know, I mean, I think we're somewhat landlocked here. You know, I mean, unless we choose to purchase more land, which is always a possibility. We're somewhat landlocked, but the money and the technology that they're investing that makes us more efficient. That we can grow and add more employees and put out more steel. I mean, that's the goal, right? I mean, the goal is always to produce more. And here locally, you know, it's been a huge financial investment that they've made in the latest in technology to allow us to grow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And there's a lot of good. There is a resource of labor here for people that have been doing this kind of work. That they're already trained to some degree when they get there. And offering them a place to be at home to do that, as opposed to having to travel and do it. You know, there's the glamour of going out there and doing it on the road, but you know, when you have families that you want to be close to all the time,
to being here.
It's a big perk to being here.
Absolutely. So, Richard, tell me, and I want to ask you both this, but I want to start with you, Richard. What keeps you personally committed to keeping your life and career planted here in Monroe?
Oh, it's the people of Northeast Louisiana, and because Monroe is so centrally located to where our lives are, we're scattered, but you can be within an hour of Monroe. You can touch so many lives, and your families can be still part of your life because you're close enough by, and still have a quality job, making good money, and providing for your family, and still be here with them.
Right. Vic, what about you? What keeps you committed to building your life and your career here in Monroe?
Yeah, very similar. You know, I mean, so Steel Fab of Monroe, you know, provides a quality job, like you say. You know, where we can make a really good living, and live in a semi-rural area like we live in, which is what my family has chosen to do. Right? I mean, we love it here. You know, and we have family here.
Well, you got things to do.
That's right.
You know, my wife and I are involved in tennis. Your daughter is one of the best dancers in the area, you know, and so there's so many. It's not just a matter of having a job. There are plenty of things to do to provide a quality of life for your families. Right. And I mean, like great places to eat. I mean, we've got some top-notch chefs in this area, and yes, there are great athletics in the school systems, and the schools are not bad schools.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
It's a win-win.
why not pick Monroe, Louisiana?
That's right.
Right.
If you're looking for a place to come work,
Yeah.
that's where to be.
Well, and you're not just, I like to tell people too, when you go to the grocery, or you go to the gas station, or you go to the store anywhere, like you're not just a face, you're not just a
Right.
number, like you actually have a name. And so, so much so that sometimes I time going to the grocery store. I'm like, nope, I'm not going at 5 o'clock. I'm going to literally run into everybody that I know, and you'll be in there 45 minutes, and I'm just running in for one thing,
And then instead of going home to
Understood.
cook, you say, I'm just going to pick up something on the way home.
Absolutely. I'm like, checkbook's in the oven tonight, right? Because you run it. But I think that is a perk to living in this community is you're somebody, you matter, you're important. People know you. And I think people really take a vested interest in you. The other perk is that you can be at your job in 5 to 7 minutes. You can be at the grocery. You can be home. Like
You can be at the Mac.
allows you,
You can be at
yes.
Forsyth. You can be
It
at
allows
the
you more
dance
time with the
studio.
people and the things that you love and you care about. I think.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So in a global economy where talent really is very mobile, what do you think has been the reason that companies like Steel Fab have chosen to stay in Monroe?
It's the roots. I mean, I can't think of a better word.
Yeah.
Because number one, it's not cheap to get up and move a place, and so therefore making an investment locally. I mean, look, you can see what's happening. We've got a lot of places in Monroe, West Monroe, Ruston. The I-20 corridor is happening, and so we need to keep promoting that and telling people, come be here with us.
Right.
Help us make this an exciting time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the quality of the workforce certainly is,
Yeah.
I believe, the number one factor that we were acquired by Lexicon. Why we were successful before we were, and why Lexicon chose to acquire us and grow this division. We just have the right people who are truly dedicated, enjoy where they work, enjoy where they live.
Yep. So with some of the things in our area, with Meta coming to our area,
She said
I
it.
can say it, you can't. With it coming to our surrounding area, there's going to be a lot of people moving to the area, whether it's temporarily or permanently. For people like that are coming here that may be pulled from larger cities where there's more to offer per se, what advice would you give them as far as getting plugged into our community, really planting roots here and becoming involved?
Just meet the people, to start with. I mean, you get out, how whatever those social groups may look like. I mean,
Right.
just get to meet the people because, and it will not be hard to do, right? I mean, as you said, you're people are going to stop you in the grocery store when they don't know you,
Right.
Just to find out who you are,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Get involved.
Yeah.
Don't just say, well, I'm only here for
Right.
3 or 4 years. Some of them will be here that long. Some of those people are doing the work. If you have a faith that you want to plug into, there's plenty of places.
Look on every corner, right?
Look on every corner.
There's a
And-
church on every corner.
and there are some very exciting places to be a part of.
Yeah.
And so, live your life.
Yeah.
Don't just come to be a transient. Come
Yeah.
come plug in and help us make it even better.
we have such a robust arts community as well.
Yes,
it
yes, the
just really
arts.
makes it easy to plug into that.
Like what's happening downtown, and the things that
beautiful.
people are trying to. You see people reinvesting
Right.
in our community more so than we did 10, 15 years ago, and I think that's just crucial.
Why do you think that is? Why now?
Well, I think it starts with the top. Starts with leadership, right?
Yep.
I think we have, on both sides of the river, I think we have fantastic leadership right now, from a mayoral standpoint all the way down. And I just think the time was right. I really do. I mean, we have some really wonderful people in this community who have just made the decision. I can't say why now versus another time, but it's clearly happening right now. And it's fun to be a part of it.
It is.
Yeah, you've had the right people willing to ask the questions. What can we do
Yeah.
Yeah.
to create a better atmosphere, clean up areas, make it where people like to be there, and it's an exciting time.
So we've touched on this a little bit, and I think people, it always comes back to people, but you really could be, both of you could probably be anywhere in the country doing what you're doing. and live anywhere and really have a good life. But you've chosen again to plant roots here and to keep your families here and to stay here. So besides the people here that make this place wonderful, what are the other reasons that you've chosen to stay here?
I mean, we travel a lot. So we go to, and in these places, it's always better to get back home.
Yeah.
Even when you go somewhere else, been to California, looked at the sites, been to South Florida, you know, it's all great to go, but it's best to be back home. And the question would come to, how do you get someone that's not from here to come and want to be here?
Right.
And I think it's up to us just to keep telling the story and say, you know, if you're looking for a place that you can build relationships with people, just like you were talking about, when you walk in the grocery store, you can get held up for 45 minutes.
You can.
You know, and then somebody will say, why did it take you so long? Well, because I ran into so and so and so and so,
Yes.
and we had to catch up.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's what I find.
That's how my kids will actually say when we pass the grocery, Mom, do we have to go there right now? Like it's going to take forever. So, I mean, it really is the people at the end of the
It
day. But I
is.
think too, I think we've got a beautiful community to live in.
Wow.
You've got bodies of water you can go
Right.
enjoy. You can go for walks and enjoy. I mean, I love to walk down island and just enjoy the beautiful scenery that's around you. But I think we've got a lot to offer and a lot of things to do. That
I was
people
going to
just
mention the
don't
fact
know
you were
about.
talking about John Michael, the hunting, the fishing,
Right.
the athletics, the temperature switches sometimes, but it's just not a bad place to be.
Right.
And it's a fun time to be here.
It
It
is.
really
That's right.
is. You know, I mean, I'm 49 years old. I've been here essentially my whole
Darn,
life,
you're old.
right? I am old. But, you know, now is as good, if not the best time, you know, in all those 49 years, simply because of all that's going on. You know, all the positive changes that we see and all the growth. And it's fun to be a part of that because not all communities are growing like we are right now.
I think there's been a shift. I think there's a shift in people's mentalities about Monroe. There seems to be a shift in people not wanting to make it better to now everyone wants to make it
Right.
better. And everybody
Absolutely.
seems to want to be involved and they want to help. And they're saying, here I am, use me.
You know, there are a few naysayers out there.
There are.
And my problem with the naysayer, hey, bring up a problem, but help bring up a solution too.
Right,
For every problem is an opportunity.
right.
And I think we see that being used that way now more than we have in a long time.
Absolutely.
And I've been working almost as long as he is old. So
I wasn't going to say it. Look, I was going to
He
let it
didn't
slide.
have to say it. He just said it for you.
Well, this is on video. I think it's pretty clear.
well, you know, I had to color my hair to make it look like this.
Goodness. Whatever you got to tell yourself,
That's
right?
right.
Well, I do think it goes back to though. I think leadership starts from the top.
Absolutely.
And I think
Vic was
we've
right.
got people in the right places.
Yes.
Whereas in the past, I think we've had good people. Maybe they were just out of order and they were not in the right spots. And so I think now we've got the people in the right places to really be able to make some things happen. And so we're all here and want to make Monroe as great as it can be. So I appreciate it. I've loved sitting down with you guys and hearing the story of Steel Fab, but hearing each of your stories and why you've chosen to plant roots here and stay in Monroe. And so I can't wait to see what the next really amazing thing is that you guys do and that you get to work on.
We'll let you know.
We will.
Please do.
We're working on it now.
And don't give me code names next time you come.
That's right.
Richard, Vic, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a good day. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.